Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Our GA4 series is going on. If you want to watch the whole series, you can come to our channel and watch those videos from here. Okay, so in today's lecture, we'll see how to set up GA4 e-commerce tracking for WordPress Woocommerce. So without further ado, let's get started. So for setting up GA4 e-commerce tracking, you need to have an e-commerce site like this. You can see over here. And you need to create a Google Tag Manager account, and you must have a Google Analytics 4 account. Okay, so I have created all of them. So first thing I need to do is to enable data layer. So for enabling data layer, I need to access my WordPress admin panel. So as you know, this is a WordPress CMS. So for accessing admin panel, I just need to put my URL over here, and then I'll write /wp -admin. Okay, so we are in the admin panel of our website. Then I'll go to the plugin section because I need to install a new plugin for enabling data layer. So I'll click on add new, and if I go to the search plugin portion, then I'm gonna search for a plugin called GTM4WP. So I'm going to activate this plugin over here. So I'll click on activate button. Then if I go to the settings portion, then we'll see Google Tag Manager option is available here. So if I click on this link, then you can see over here, we need to put a Google Tag Manager ID over here. So I'll go to the Tag Manager account and copy this Tag Manager ID from here and paste it over here. Okay, perfect. Then for enabling data layer, I need to go to the integration section, and I will choose WooCommerce from here and make sure this checkbox is enabled. This is called track enhanced e-commerce. So mine is enabled. Make sure yours are too. Okay, so I'll click on save changes. And if I scroll down a little bit, then make sure another thing, this radio button is on, so if it is off, it will not be working. So make sure this is on. Mine is on, so I'm gonna click on save changes. So data layer has been installed on our website properly. So for checking whether it has been working on our site or not, I just need to go to an extension called data layer checker. So if you haven't installed this extension, I would suggest you to go to the Chrome Web Store and search for data layer checker. Then you will see this extension, and I would suggest you to install it for checking whether data layer is working on your website or not. So I'm gonna go to one of my products and select this one. Then if I go to the extension, you will be able to see view item event is firing. And if I click on it, you can see all the variables are working. You can see over here, e-commerce value, e-commerce currency, okay, e-commerce item ID. So all of the data layer variable is working, okay? So perfect. So we'll be using GA4 schema for GA4 e-commerce tracking. So I would provide this doc file link in the video description so that you can access this doc directly, or for accessing this doc, you just need to write on Google as GA4 e-commerce tracking. Then you will see an option called Major e-commerce. You just need to click this link. Then you need to select Tag Manager from here. Then you'll be able to see this documentation. Okay. So we'll be creating 5 events. View item, add to cart, view cart, checkout, and purchase. So yeah, those 5 events will be created for GA4 e-commerce tracking. So let's do it. So I need to go to the tag manager section, and first of all, I'll be creating all the variables. Then I'll create all the triggers, and then I will create all the tags. Okay, so let's start with the variables. Okay, so if I go to the purchase section from here, make a purchase, then show me the tag configuration. So I need to create all those variables. So if I create all those variables for purchase events, then all of the events will be covered. So it is better to create all the data layer variable for purchase, and all the events will be automatically covered, So yeah, so the first data layer variable I'm gonna be creating is e-commerce item. So make sure you can customize this left portion, but you cannot customize this right portion value. Like you have to give the exact value as this one, e-commerce.items, e-commerce.transaction ID, and you have to put exactly the naming sequence like this: e-commerce.value, e-commerce.tax, e-commerce.shipping, e-commerce.currency, e-commerce.coupon. Okay, but you can customize this portion: e-commerce items, e-commerce transaction ID. So you can name it as per your requirements. So I will name it as like this. So if you want, you can customize it. So the first data layer variable I'm going to be creating is e-commerce item. So I'll copy e-commerce item from here, and we can see we have two options in the variable section. First one is called built-in variable, and second one is called user-defined variable. So for now, I'll be choosing user-defined variable. So I'm going to select new, and I will name the variable as e-commerce items. Then I will click on variable configuration and choose data layer variable from here. And if I go to the doc, then I need to copy this portion. So e-commerce.item. So I'm going to copy the exact thing from here and paste it over here. Okay, you can see over here e-commerce.item. So e-commerce.item. Perfect. Then I will click on save. Then I will create another variable, data layer variable. So I'm going to click on new and name the variable as e-commerce transaction ID. So I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here, and click on variable configuration, choose data layer variable from here, and I'm going to name it as e-commerce.transaction ID. So I'm going to copy the exact thing from here, and I'm going to paste this over here. So I'll click on save. So the next variable I'm going to be creating is e-commerce value. So I'm going to copy e-commerce value from here and paste it over here. Okay, and select variable configuration as data layer variable. So I'll name the data layer variable as e-commerce.value. So I'll copy it from here and paste it over here. So I'm going to click on save. The next variable I'm going to be creating is e-commerce tags. So I'm going to copy the e-commerce tags from here and select new, then name it as e-commerce tags, and choose variable configuration as data layer variable, and data layer variable name would be e-commerce.tags. Okay, so I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here. So I'm going to click on save. Then I will be creating a variable for e-commerce shipping. So I'm going to copy it from here and click on new and name the variable as e-commerce shipping. And I'm going to choose variable configuration as data layer variable and give the data layer variable value as e-commerce.shipping. So I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here. So I'm going to click on save. Then the next variable I'm going to be creating is for e-commerce currency. So I'm going to copy e-commerce currency from here and name it as e-commerce currency. Choose variable configuration as data layer variable, and data layer variable name would be as e-commerce.currency. Okay, so I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here. So I'm going to click on save. And most probably the last variable I'm going to be creating is commerce coupon. So I'm going to choose new from here and name it as e-commerce coupon, and select variable configuration as data layer variable and name the data layer variable as e-commerce.coupon. So I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here. So I'll click on save. So all the variables has been created. So let's create all the triggers. Okay. So as I already told you, I'll be creating 5 e-commerce events. So I have to create 5 triggers for all of those events. Okay. So let's start by creating view item trigger. Okay. So I'll name the first trigger as view item trigger. Then I'll choose trigger configuration as custom event. Then I'll name the event name as, so I'll go to the doc again and choose view item from here and select on show me the configuration deck. Then you can see event name is view item. So you just need to copy the exact naming sequence from here, like view underscore item, and all of the letters are in small letters. So make sure you have just copied the exact thing from here. Okay. So I'm going to paste event name as view underscore item. Then I'm going to click on save. Then I'll create a trigger for add to cart. Okay. So I'm going to write add to cart trigger. So I'm going to choose trigger configuration as custom event, and I will name the event as, so I'll go to the add to cart section from here. So I'm copy the event name from here and paste it over here. So add underscore to underscore cart. So all of the characters are in small letters, make sure. Okay. I'm going to click on save. Then the next trigger I'm going to be creating is for view cart trigger. Okay. So I'm going to write view cart trigger. Then I'll choose trigger configuration as custom event, and the event name would be, so if I go to the view cart trigger, yeah, so you just need to copy this exact thing from here. So I'm going to paste event name as view cart, view underscore cart. So I'm going to click on save. And the next trigger I'm going to be creating is for checkout. So I'm going to name it as checkout trigger. Then I'll choose trigger configuration as custom event. Then I'll name the event as, so if I go to the initiate checkout event, then I'll see an option called event name. So I'm going to copy the event name from here and paste it in the event name section. So I'm going to click on save. And the last trigger I'm going to be creating is for purchase. So I'll name it as purchase trigger. Then I'll choose trigger configuration as custom event and give event name as, so if I go to the doc and choose purchase event, then we can see event name is purchase. So I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here. Okay, perfect. I'm going to click on save. Then we need to create all the tags for those variables and triggers. So I'll go to the tag section. So the first tag I need to create is GA4 base tag, because we want to fire GA4 tag for all of our pages. Okay. So first of all, I need to create a GA4 tag. So I'll click on new and name it as GA4 base tag. So you can name it as per your requirements. Okay. GA4 base tag. I'll name it as GA4 base tag, and as the tag configuration, I will choose this one, Google Analytics GA4 configuration. Okay, and I have to put a measurement ID for. I have to put a measurement ID over here. So for getting measurement ID, I just need to go to the admin section, and I need to click data stream. And I will choose Medialytics e-commerce data stream. Then we'll see measurement ID is available here. So I'll copy this measurement ID from here and paste it over here. Okay, perfect. Then as I already told you, I want to fire all the GA4 GA4 tag for all the website pages. So the triggering would be all pages. Okay, so I'll click on save. Then I need to create the tags for all the 5 events. So I'm gonna click on new and create the first tag for I'll write GA4 view item. Okay, so I'm gonna choose tag configuration as Google Analytics GA4 event, and from configuration tag I will choose GA4 base tag. Okay, so the event name would be, I will go to the doc again and go to the view item section, and I'll copy this event name from here. So you have to name this event exactly same as this one. Okay, so make sure you are copying the exact naming sequence from here and putting it over here. Okay, so perfect. In the event parameter section, I will add some parameters. Okay, so if I go to the doc file, then we can see data layer variable is this and event parameter is this. So I have to put those parameters inside here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the first one, items. So I'm gonna name the event parameter as items. Then I'm gonna name it as value, and then I'm gonna name it as currency. Make sure those events should be similar as this one. You cannot customize this portion, items, value, and currency. So you just need to copy the exact thing from here. Okay, that's why I told you to use this doc and copy all those things from here and paste it over here. So we have created data layer variable for this item parameter, item name. So we just need to use the data layer variable for this item parameter name. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the event variable from here. So you can select it from here, like e-commerce items, this one, e-commerce items. So you just need to choose the exact data layer variable for these items, and for value I'll click on this, and if you can see over here e-commerce value, and for currency I'm going to be choosing e-commerce currency. Okay, so perfect. So all the parameter name has been put, and their value has been put also. So view item tag has been created with all the event parameters. Okay, then I need to choose the triggering portion. So I have already created a trigger called view item. So I'm going to be choosing view item from here. Then I will click on save. Okay, then I will create another tags for GA4 add to cart. Okay, so I'll write GA4 add to cart. Okay, then the tag configuration would be GA4 event, and then I will choose GA4 base tag from here, and I'll name the event as add to cart. So if I go to the add to cart section from the doc, then you need to copy this event name from here and paste it over here. And as the event parameter, if I go to the doc, I need to enter those 3 parameters name, items, value, and currency. So I just need to copy all of those names from here and put it in this section. Okay, so I'll create add row, then I will copy the items from here, and I'll copy value from here as well. And the last parameter name I'm going to be using is currency. Okay, so I'll copy currency from here. So I just need to use the data layer variable for this item. So I have already created a data layer variable called e-commerce item. So I'm going to be choosing e-commerce item from here. So you can see over here, e-commerce item. Then for value, I'm going to be choosing e-commerce value data layer variable. And for currency, I'm going to be choosing e-commerce currency. Okay, perfect. Then we need to use the triggering. So I will use the trigger as add to cart because I have already created a trigger with the name of add to cart. So I'm going to be choosing add to cart and click on save. Okay. So the next tag I'm going to be creating is for view cart. So I'll write GA4 view cart. Okay. So I'll choose the tag configuration as GA4 event and then select configuration as GA4 base ID. And I have to name the event as view cart. So if I go to the doc and choose view cart from here, so you can see over here, I just need to copy this event name from here and paste it over here. And in the event parameter, if I go to the doc, then we need to enter those three parameters names. So I'm going to copy items from here and paste it over here, and value from here as well and paste it over here, and last one is for currency. So I'm going to be choosing currency from here. So we need to give the items data layer variable or items value here. So the value is I have already created its value, which is e-commerce item. So I'm going to be choosing e-commerce item from here. Okay. So e-commerce item, yeah, this one. And for value, I'm going to be choosing e-commerce value. And for currency, I'm going to be choosing e-commerce currency. Okay, perfect. And the triggering would be view cart. Okay, so I have already created a trigger called view cart trigger. So I'm going to choose view cart from here and click on save. And the next trigger I'm going to be creating is for checkout. Checkout. So I have to name it as GA4 checkout. So I'll choose tag configuration as Google Analytics GA4 event, and I'll choose GA4 base tag from here, and I will name the event as. So if I go to the doc, then select initiate checkout, and you can see over here the event name is begin checkout. So I'm going to copy it from here and paste it in the event name section, and I have to create some event parameters. So if I go to the doc again, then we can see we need to create 4 parameters name for initiate checkout: items, value, currency, and coupon. So I'm gonna copy items from here, paste it over here. So as I already told you, you have to name it similarly as this. So you just need to copy it from here and paste it over here. Okay. Then I'll copy the currency from here and paste it over here. And if I click on add row, then I'll create another event parameter name. So I'll be using coupon for initiate checkout. So, and their value would be e-commerce items. So I'm going to be choosing e-commerce item from here, and value would be e-commerce values. So I need to choose e-commerce value. And for currency, I need to choose e-commerce currency. Okay. And for coupon, I'll be choosing e-commerce coupon. So yeah, this one. Perfect. Then I will trigger it as checkout trigger because I have already created a trigger called checkout trigger. So I'm going to be choosing this one. So I'll click on save. And the last tag I'm going to be creating is for purchase. So I'll write GA4 purchase. Okay. Then I'll choose tag configuration as GA4 event. So I'll be choosing GA4 base tag from here and name the event as. So if I go to the purchase event, then I'll copy the purchase event name from here and copy and paste it in the event name section. And in the event parameter, if I go to the purchase section, then we need to use those parameters names in the event parameter section. So most probably 7 parameter, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So perfect. Then I'm gonna copy the exact thing from here. So items, I'm gonna paste it over here. Then I'm gonna be using transaction ID. So I'll use it over here. The next one would be value. Then I'll be using tags. The next one would be shipping. Then I'm going to be using currency. So I'll copy currency from here and paste it over here. And most probably the last one would be coupon. So I'm going to copy coupon from here and paste it over here. And we just need to use all the data layer variables for all of those parameter names. So I have already created all the data layer variables for all of the event parameter names. So I just need to use those those data layer variables. Okay, so for items, I'm going to be choosing e-commerce items. So e-commerce items is here. Then transaction ID, I'm going to be choosing transaction ID from here. So this one, the value would be e-commerce value. So this one, text would be e-commerce tax. And next one, shipping would be e-commerce shipping. Then currency, I'll be using e-commerce currency. And the coupon, I'll be using e-commerce coupon, So all of the event parameters has been inserted properly. So I'm going to be choosing the triggering as purchase trigger. You can see I have already created a trigger called purchase trigger. So I'll be using this one. So I'm going to click on save. So our GA4 e-commerce tracking has been done. So for checking, I just need to click on this preview option, So if everything is okay, then we'll submit all the tags. Okay. So first of all, let's check whether it is working or not. Okay. So I'll go to the preview section. And I just need to put my URL over here, website URL, and I'll click on connect. Then I will select one of the products and I'll select this one. I will add it to the cart. I'll click view cart and click checkout. Then you have to give the billing address from here. I have already given them. So I'll click on place order. Okay. So let's see whether it is working or not. So I need to. So you can see over here, GA4 base tag has fired, GA4 view item has fired, GA4 add to cart has fired, GA4 view cart has fired, GA4 checkout has fired, GA4 purchases has fired. So if I go to the purchase event, and you can see in the tag section, GA4 purchase has been firing. And if I go to the variable section, you can see over here, e-commerce currency, USD, e-commerce items, e-commerce shipping, e-commerce tax, because those products has no shipping, has no tax. That's why it is showing 0. So if you have tax and shippings in your products, then it will show the value. E-commerce transaction ID. So if I go to the transaction ID section, order ID section, you can see over here 4457. And if I come to here, you can see over here 4457. So it is matching. That means it is working properly. And e-commerce value 2150. If I go to there, then we'll see $2,150. Okay, so it is working perfectly. Then event name as purchase. Okay, So everything is working perfectly. So this is for the purchase event. This is for the checkout event. This is for view cart event. This is for view item event. Okay. This is for add to cart event. Okay. So all of those events has been working properly. Okay. So let's submit all the tags, and let's, if you can give the version name here, you can give version descriptions here if you want, but for me I'll not be using any of them. So I'll click on publish and click continue. Then if I try to check from the analytics portion whether it is working or not, we can also do it. So I just need to preview it again, and from the analytics portion I just need to go to the debug view portion. So I choose debug view from here, and yeah, and let's preview it again. So I'm gonna preview it and click on connect. Then I'll make a purchase again. So I'm gonna choose another products from here, like I'm gonna be choosing this one, and I'll add it to the cart. And view cart, and I'll click on checkout. You need to fill up the billing info from here. Mine is already filled up, so I'll click on place order. Okay. So our product has been purchased. Let's go to the analytics option. So you can see over here, all the events are firing, like you'll see from the first portion. So yeah, page view, view item, add to cart, view cart, checkout, and last purchase. And if I select on this, then we can see all the parameters informations are available here, like currency, USD, shipping. We don't have any shipping, that's why it is showing 0, tax 0, transaction ID this one, and value this one. Okay, so our order value was $150. If I go to this portion, this one, most probably you can see over here $150. So it is showing in the analytics. So inside 24 or 48 hours, we will see in the, if I go to the report section, then in the total value section, we'll see the value over here. Okay, so currently it is showing 0, and within 24 to 48 hours, it will be showing the purchase value. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you have a clear understanding on how we can track GA4 e-commerce tracking for WordPress Woocommerce. Hopefully you have liked our video. If you like our video, then you can subscribe our channel, follow our page. You have a good day. Bye bye.